Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing good. I will be talking about my favorite YouTubers today, and just like you, I'm also a huge fan of YouTube. I mean, a very avid YouTube viewer, and I particularly get really excited when I see a couple of these names pop up on my subscription box. I follow them very closely. Some of them I almost feel as if we have similar encounters or experiences, and I can really relate to them. So yeah, I've actually divided my favorite YouTubers into 3 different categories, and it's sort of based on what I usually like to watch, and it's mainly made of 3 different categories. So the first category would be tutorials, so that includes makeup tutorials, skincare tutorials, basically like celebrity lookalikes and whatnot. And the second one would be reviews, so product reviews like skincare stuff, makeup, and miscellaneous things that I'm interested in. And the third would be lifestyle, or just sort of a random mishmash of outfit of the days, product reviews again, which is like an overlap, or just miscellaneous like hauls, or tours of their apartments or their houses, or different things. So sort of like a miscellaneous section as well. So the first category I'll go into would be tutorials, and most of these gurus in this particular category, they also do like hauls, reviews, and other stuff as well, but I particularly enjoy watching all their tutorials, and I try not to miss any of them because they are usually really good, because they're able to use a lot of neutral colors, wearable looks, and I feel that they're really talented in creating stuff with bolder colors or brighter colors in particular. So the first one I will be mentioning is Allison, and her YouTube name is Amarixe. So it's Amarixe, and I will be linking all of the my favorite YouTubers down in the info box below, just in case you couldn't hear what I mentioned, their names, or you couldn't find them based on what I said. So yeah, don't worry, everything's gonna be down below and in the order that I mentioned them as well. So the first one is Amarixe, and her name is Allison. Like I said before, she does other things like hauls, favorite videos, reviews on products sometimes, but I especially enjoy watching all her tutorial videos. I think they're very clear, very concise. The placement of the color, you can actually see how the color works with one another, and she just has a really good quality sort of tutorial that can really teach you a lot about sort of creating new looks and whatnot. So yeah, I can't say much more because she's already here, very famous here on YouTube, and if you haven't already checked her out, please do. And the second one is Ann-AeRee, and I believe that is her name as well, and Ann-AeRee is also another famous YouTuber, and she just did a really nice look recently. I think it was called peacock blue or something like that, like a bronze peacock blue look, and it's in my favorites video tab as well if you want to check it out. It's really gorgeous. The colors she used are absolutely phenomenal, and they are from BH Cosmetics. But yeah, I just think that she's really creative in the sense that she can create such a bold look and have it look pretty natural at the same time, and not too in your face and loud and whatnot. And thirdly, I'd like to mention MakeupByLeinaBaaaby. I've been following her for a very long time as well, almost as long as Ann-AeRee, about the same time, I think. And MakeupByLeinaBaaaby used to do a lot more tutorials than she does now, but if you look back towards her older videos, you'd find a lot of really good makeup tutorials, a lot of neutral eyes. I absolutely love her makeup. It looks very natural and very put together and composed. And fourthly is another famous YouTuber as well. She specializes, I think, particularly in celebrity makeup, like perfume ads or fashion ads or like music videos and things like that. And her name is SarahVictor. And I was actually mesmerized. I think the first like actual video that I watched of her was the Scarlett Johansson one, and I was actually mesmerized because she looked exactly like the I think it was a D&G ad that Scarlett Johansson was in, and she was trying to replicate that look, and it looked exactly like I personally thought so. So I think that's also in my favorites box. So if you'd like to check that out as well, please do. She's a really great makeup artist here on YouTube. And fifthly, if there's even such a word, is a YouTuber called meloDJane, and I believe she's from Germany. And I actually watched her sort of like beginning of this year. I just found her in the beginning of this year, and she does a lot of really good makeup tutorials as well. They're very natural looking and wearable looks. So definitely check her out as well and give her your support. And moving on to the second category, which is reviews, like reviewers, my favorite reviewers. I just have two in this particular category because I'm quite sort of choosy in the sense that I like in-depth reviews and very informed and detailed reviews. So my first would be pinkiecharm, because I found her first, and I think I got her from Roseanne's channel, and I will mention Roseanne a little later in my miscellaneous category as well. So pinkiecharm, she basically does reviews of a lot of different makeup products or a lot of different skincare products. Whatever you think of that's a cult beauty product, she probably has it already reviewed in her channel. And she's got really good in-depth detailed reviews as well. So definitely check her out if you haven't already, and her name is Irene. You can look her up as pinkiecharm. And secondly is RAEview, who does more high-end, like reviews of more high-end products. I particularly love her tutorials as well. She has a different approach to doing tutorials. She doesn't really mix up all the collections together. She basically does a tutorial based on a particular brand's collection. So for example, Chanel, she does Chanel Spring Summer collection or Chanel's Winter Fall collection, and she just makes a tutorial up from those products in that particular collection. And I find her really useful as well when it comes to like considering buying the products. I always go and sort of have a look at the newest collections through her eyes before I actually go and buy it at the counters myself. And now for the final category, that will comprise like haul videos, reviews. They'll talk about lifestyle stuff, their life or experiences they've had, and amongst other things. I'll start off first with one of someone that I've only just subscribed to, but I've totally clicked in my mind with. It's sort of like making a friendship without actually physically being there, I guess. And her name is, or her YouTube name is mrdizzybubbles, and the way she speaks is very eloquent, it's very soothing, and the topics that she brings up in her videos or the things that she talks about are really meaningful. Of course, there's like outfits of the days and like skincare reviews and amongst other things, or makeup reviews, but she also does delve into other sort of personal topics, such as her think it's, that's what she named it, and it's kind of hard for me to explain, but please do go and check her channel out because it's very interesting what she talks about, and I think that the topics that she brings out in particular are very meaningful. And next up would be a really good friend of mine. In fact, I sort of relate to Roseanne a lot because we both stayed in Melbourne. Well, I used to stay in Melbourne and she still does, And I actually really wanted to meet her up, but we never actually had the chance to meet up. But I would love to meet her up if I ever do have the chance again. She seems like a very down-to-earth person. She talks a lot, like she does a lot of reviews in particular, and she does a couple of like tutorials sprinkled here and there as well. But she is a very down-to-earth person, and all her reviews are just totally her honest opinion, and I just really believe in what she says. And she's, yeah, just a great friend, I guess, in fact. And her YouTube name is roseannetangrs, and I will link her down below as well if you can't find her. And then there is Vanessa from Ballet and Pink Roses. And Vanessa, just like Roseanne, is also a very wholesome, down-to-earth personality. She has a very beautiful heart. You can see it through her videos. She's very sort of, I would say, humble. She's got quite a lot of subscribers as well, but she always like thanks them again and again, and she's a very, very beautiful heart in fact. And she recently had like a dilemma where she actually lost all of her YouTube videos recently, and my heart really goes out to her because I can see that she put a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work and effort into her videos, as do all of the other YouTubers that I've mentioned here as well. I believe they always put a lot, like 110% in everything, like all these YouTube videos that they compile, and I've watched so far. So next would be Shampop or Shampoop 118, and that's Stephanie, and I've only just recently found her in the beginning of this year as well, and I've been watching her videos for some time now, and it just sort of really relate to her in a way that well, I just find that I have a lot of similarities with her, and I just relate with her personality, or the way she lives, or the way she does things, I guess. I don't know, it's just sort of like you can find a kindred spirit in someone out there, and I found her through YouTube, I guess. And so Stephanie actually does like a lot of reviews on like makeup, skincare products and whatnot as well. She does a lot of like lifestyle things, like apartment tours, and you know, explains about her day and what's going on in her life and everything. So she really does involve you in her life, and you actually feel that you're, you know, going through like actually it's sort of like a day in her life kind of thing, which I find personally very interesting, because like I said before, I find we're very similar in a lot of ways, and it's just interesting to watch. And then there's I Am Great 1119, and her name's actually Tao, and she's just a very bubbly personality. She always cracks me up. She does tutorials, she does like reviews, and she's just a really beautiful person as well. Very bubbly personality, and I can't say enough good things about her. And finally, the last person that I like to mention, but definitely not the least, is SummerBug26, and she's actually my very first friend on YouTube, and she's an actual genuine friend of mine. Like a couple of the other people that I mentioned here, I just find we're very similar, or we're like kindred spirits, but SummerBug's actually my very first friend here on YouTube, and we both started our YouTube sort of YouTube hobby around the same time, and I watched one of her videos which was very, very meaningful, and I think it had a very profound effect on me, and it was something that I would have wanted to say if I was that eloquent, I guess. And she just took the words out of my mouth, and that is her You're Beautiful, I believe, You're Beautiful video, and it's also in my favorites tab, so please do check her channel out as well. She does fantastic tutorials as well here on YouTube, as well as that particular video, because it is a very, very meaningful video to watch. And I think a lot of young girls out there can relate to exactly how she felt, because I know I definitely did. And that's all for this video, and I'm sorry to actually have gone on on like for quite some time, and I think I've actually passed the 15-minute mark, but I hope you guys are having a great day, as I said before, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.